Hey, I'm Jacob Soboroff. Welcome to our series, Investigate Fortitude, where we dive deeper into the science behind the show Fortitude on Pivot. I'm joined again by evolutionary biologist and senior research scientist for EcoHealth Alliance, Dr. Kevin Olival, and Columbia University Earth Institute research scientist, Dr. Bob Newton. Tonight's topic is a little weird. It is a dead mammoth. Dr. Olival, Dr. Newton, thank you again for joining me. Let's watch these clips where Ronnie and Jason first discover the mammoth, and also Natalie confirms the results of the carbon dating. Here we go.
This could be a trunk. That's a tusk. So it has to be a mammoth. You think it's a prehistoric mammoth thawed out of the permafrost?
I've been asked to analyse this by the Governor and DCI Morton.
Oh, right. And?
It's a mammoth's tooth.
Is that right?
Well, radiocarbon dating puts it at 32,000 years old.
So when were mammoths wandering the Earth?
Hundreds of thousands of years ago, and they spread across North America and across northern Europe into North America over the Bering Land Bridge, what is now the Bering Strait.
Then when did they die out?
Most of them went extinct about 10,000 years ago, and there were a few remnant populations on islands in the Arctic that lasted until about 4,000 years ago.
So the reason we hear most, or at least I feel like I hear most about the woolly mammoth, that's because they lived most recently?
Yeah, we know a lot about them. So there are a lot of remains. There's been a lot of research conducted on woolly mammoth remains, and they're kind of cool. There's big shaggy elephants, right, that were roaming around.
Why did they die off?
They died off because of human hunting. So when people arrived, people coexisted for mammoths for a period of time, for thousands of years. But in North America, especially when humans arrived, a lot of these big animals started to go extinct. So we hunted them, we ate them. And climate change was another big one.
So when you say climate change, though, you don't mean climate change like today, global warming. You're talking about actually the beginning of the Ice Age.
Yeah, so this is historical climate change. Things actually got a lot colder for a while. So about 20,000 years ago, we call it the last glacial maximum. It was when glaciers extended all the way down to Manhattan, actually, down to
where we're
parts,
sitting.
Right where we're sitting, we were under ice.
A couple of miles of ice sitting up on top of our heads. Certainly not the kind of environment that a big mammal like that could survive in.
So as permafrost continues to melt, as glaciers continue to melt, I would assume we can expect to see an increase in discoveries like this. Is that fair to say?
I think that's likely. These are, there were thousands and thousands of these animals in, herds spread all over the northern areas. And as you melt back the snow and melt the permafrost, and these things are going to start to emerge out of the permafrost. The Arctic is by far the fastest warming part of the planet. And if you warm up enough to start pulling the ice back, then the water and the ground absorb heat instead of reflecting it the way ice does. And then that makes the ice retreat more. You have much larger waves, you have a longer fetch. You go from permafrost to a kind of a mucky surface. You're really going through a phase change of the surface.
You feel it right there, yeah.
You feel it right away.
Hey, thank you so much, guys. You can join the conversation on Twitter about tonight's episode using #Fortitude. And to learn more and to take part in the solutions around all of these issues, go to investigatefortitude.com. We're posting actions, more videos, and articles about these topics. Big thank you to Dr. Olival and to Dr. Newton for joining me tonight. And be sure to watch Fortitude on Pivot. New episodes every Thursday, 10 p.m.